谢大家平安。
平安。
Peace, brothers and sisters.
咱做伙用祈祷来开始。
Let's begin with a word of prayer.
听我的主，阮将家己交托予你去，
Our loving Father,
愿主你通过圣经对阮讲话，
may you speak to us through your word.
多谢你同耶稣基督的名。
Thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name we pray.
阿门。今仔这段圣经吼，讲到两个人，
Today's passage spoke of two individuals.
一个是彼得，一个是哥尼纽Cornelius。
One is Peter, and then the other one is Cornelius.
因两个吼，头前这段故事咱真长吼，咱无读到，我小可互咱伊的背景。
The story of Cornelius is recorded in the passage right in front of this, and we didn't read about it, but I'll give you a quick summary.
哥尼流是一个意大利的霸总吼，centurion。
Cornelius is a centurion in
Italian regiment。
Italy.
圣经无互咱真侪资料，总是咱敢若咱顺讲吼，伊是相信伊家己的信仰。
Although the scripture did not provide too much background information on him, but if we can assume that he has his own belief system.
伊甲彼得有真侪相款的所在。
He also has he has similarities with Peter.
无共款的所在是，彼得相信耶稣就是基督。
The difference is that Peter believed Jesus is Lord.
即个意大利的霸总迄个哥尼纽哦，我毋知伊相信啥物。
However, I don't know what Cornelius believed in.
但是圣經寫講，伊是一個虔誠的人。
But scripture recorded that he's a devout person.
彼得是一個虔誠的人，
Peter is also a devout person.
伊是一個哥尼紐是一個曉祈禱的人。
Cornelius is a person who knows to pray.
彼得我咱定定祈禱，
Peter also prays often.
所以咱看見講，因兩個攏看到攏看到異象。
And secondly, both of them had a vision.
無共款的所在是，哥尼紐看到異象了，伊馬上去做即個異象該做愛做代志。
Only difference is that when Cornelius received his vision, he immediately acted upon the instructions that were in it.
彼得看到異象，即、個異象就愛一遍甲講，第二遍甲講，第三遍甲講，講煞了，伊還佫丟除。
However, with Peter, after he received his vision, he didn't act upon it immediately. In fact, it was second and third time, and yet he still hesitates.
伊還佫咧想講，這什麼意思？
He's still trying to figure out what does this mean.
對安尼，因即兩個全咧連做伙，因為即個哥尼紐的異象該講，你都要派人去找即個彼得來。
However, their visions got connected because Cornelius followed his vision and was receiving instruction to go find Peter.
彼得是佇即個派來的人來的時陣，伊才連起來，伊看到的異象到底是什麼意思？
It wasn't until the messenger arrived to Peter that he finally connected the dots and realized what his vision had meant.
對安尼，伊對因去到即個毋是猶太人的厝。
So Peter followed the messenger to the home of a person who's not a Jew.
伊就開嘴講，伊講：恁知影吼，阮猶太人是無甲恁即種人做朋友的。
And then he opened his mouth and said, "Do you know that us Jews usually don't associate with Gentiles?"
總是我看到即個異象，所以我就無去丟除吼，我對這個人來恁的厝。
However, because of the visions that I received, I no longer hesitate and I pay with it.
了后，再继续今仔日咱读的这段圣经。
So then we enter into the passage that we read today.
伊开嘴讲，我真正看出上帝无偏心啊！
And he began to speak and said, "Now I realize how true it is that God does not show favoritism."
原来，逐个国家的中间遐敬畏上帝吼，行好的人，做好代志的人，拢是由上帝招来。
But that he accepts men from every nation who fears him and do what is right.
那虽然基督徒听了，会感觉那怪怪。
So to us Christians, this statement might sound kind of weird.
毋然安尼哦，即、个头前讲的即个故事，咱嘛看见讲，即个无相信上帝，咱所捌的上帝，咱家己所捌的上帝，即、个人吼，伊的祈祷，上帝有安怎听到？
So we see here that a person who didn't believe in the God that we believed in, yet he prayed and God listened.
上帝嘛，互迄个人异象，
And God gave him a vision.
对安尼，互彼得即个徛伫内面的人，伊敢若转过来。
So for Peter, who is on the inside of this religious circle, he now understood and he turned around.
伊讲上帝无偏袒，无偏心，
And then he realized that God does not show favoritism.
上帝嘛听因祈祷啊，
God listens to their prayers as well.
上帝嘛互因异象啊。
And God gave them visions as well.
因为犹太人一直拢感觉家己是上帝特别拣选，
Because for the longest time, the Jewish people believed that they're special for being the chosen one.
但是伊即马敢若知影讲，上帝嘛听因祈祷，上帝嘛甲因互因异象。
And so now he realized, hey, God listens to their prayer and gives them vision as well.
就说了讲，原来遐敬畏上帝，心内有一把笑、有良心的人，行好的人，上帝拢接纳。
And so he realized that those who fear the Lord, those who follow their conscience and do what is right, God accepts them.
啊，刷落伊继续讲，伊讲恁知影，上帝通过耶稣基督传和平的福音。
And then he continued to say that God, through Jesus Christ, was preaching the good news of peace.
和平的福音，
The good news of peace.
就是讲人甲上帝搁一遍和平啦，哦。
And this is talking about the peace that is reconciled between God and men.
因为咱犯罪，所以甲上帝中间无平安。
Because of sin, we have lost that peace in our relationship with God.
总是耶稣基督替咱付出代价了，咱甲上帝一遍搁一遍得到和好。
However, because of the price that Jesus Christ paid on the cross, we receive that reconciled and peace in the relationship with God.
彼得敢若忽然间连起来，知影讲我甲上帝关系若和好，我甲人的关系又原来是和好。
So it seems like Peter realized that when my relationship with God is reconciled, then that ought to mean my relationship with other people should also be reconciled.
伊看见着上帝拣选因，但是上帝敢若嘛无表示上帝无拣选别人。
And although that just because the Jews were the chosen people, it didn't seem to appear that God didn't choose the others as well.
咱因为得到上帝恩典，所以我知影要安怎行好的方向来回应上帝对我的听。
And that because I received God's grace, so I know what to do next in walking in the right direction for God.
总是看见家己的人吼，内面的人，有当时啊，有得到上帝恩典，但是无适当的回应。
However, he sees that some of we have received did not turn around and give that to others.
总是伊看到外口的人吼，无一定知影家己是活伫上帝恩典内面，总是因有正确的行动啊，正确的回应。
However, he sees that for the outsiders who is not living under the grace of God, they're acting appropriately in the right ways.
对安尼，伊学习免怎谦卑家己。
So in that, he learned to humble himself.
咱读的这段圣经的最后一节，伊也讲，
In the last of the passage that we read today,
伊讲迄个见，迄个先知的见证讲，见若相信的人，的确要有缘要得到赦免。
it says that all the prophets testified about him, that everyone who believes in him receives forgiveness of sin through his name.
所以发现就讲，恩典毋是干那要互咱，原来是互别人的。
So he knows that the grace of God is just not for ourselves, but for others as well.
其实，换一句话顶来讲，伊发现到讲家己嘛，敢若甲外口人同款是罪人。
So in other words, he also recognized that, like those who are on the outside, he also is a sinner.
咱无比别人较好啊！
That we were not better than them.
上帝拣选咱无对，
And it's true that God has chosen us as the Jewish race.
但我无比别人较好，但是上帝佫会拣选我的时阵吼，我应该爱佫较谦卑。
That because I'm not any better than them, and yet God has chosen me, I ought to humble myself.
我应该爱做示范，知影讲要怎回应上帝。
I ought to live as an example to know to respond appropriately to God's grace.
我伫 Michigan 的时阵吼，一个所在叫Grosse Point Michigan。
When I was in a place in Michigan, a place called Grosse Point,
Yes。然后以前长老会我说 Bruce Reagan，
there is a Presbyterian pastor named Bruce Reagan.
伊咧遐吼，伊讲一个见证，
There he shared a testimony.
伊讲伊咧迄个教会内面吼，主持过一遍，伊生毋捌看见遐尼大的婚礼。
And that in that church he had officiated a wedding that is the largest that he has ever done, the biggest wedding that he has ever done.
伫迄个婚礼中间，伊大声甲因讲，先甲因讲，即个婚礼因为耶稣基督伫咧圣餐的时阵所做的代志。
He started the wedding message by talking about Jesus and the sacrament of the Holy Communion.
伊讲通过迄个甲主三甲制度迄项代志，当咱所有的制度吼，做伙制度都来食面吼，这拢是新奇。
And that through the communion, everything that we do, the system, there is a new
that table in the state， 通过迄个制度，咱即马知影讲，即马咱互相三角制度做伙食，这原来是好，原来是新奇。
for the Lord's table, that this table that we have here also has that it is holy, that this table is also holy.
所以对安尼，迄个进度煞了，伊邀请讲，阮即马要收圣餐，恁若有受洗礼，阮欢迎做来收圣餐。
So that after his message, he welcomed the guests to partake in the Lord's table.
你知影 Michigan 吼是全美国上介侪 Arab 的所在。
I don't really know, but Michigan is a place that have a lot of Arab population.
伫迄个婚礼中间吼，依照长老会的做法吼，伊讲，阮欢迎所有的人，若受过洗礼，无论倒一个状态吼，阮拢欢迎你。
So there at the wedding, he said that this is the Lord's table, the communion table. Anyone who has been baptized, no matter what denomination, you are welcome to partake.
伊头壳打起来吼，伊才踹一个。
So when he raised his head, he was surprised.
伊看见所有的人拢徛起来排队要来收听。
He saw that everyone there, all the guests, stood up and lined up to partake in the communion.
有迄种诶Hasidic Jew，足虔诚的迄种犹太人。
The guests have included the Hasidic Jews.
我嘛有遐个阿拉伯族的人。
And there's definitely guests, Arabic guests as well.
伊讲，伊人讲，那要怎？
So he's thinking to himself, oh, what should I do?
一方面伊感觉讲，应该讲，玩笑，我头拄讲受过洗礼的人，哦，来收圣餐。
Part of him feels like he ought to repeat what he said earlier about being baptized.
但是当这时讲，伊若安尼讲，敢是足荒谬。
But when he says that, doesn't it maybe sound kind of rude or strange?
因为伊的心他嘛甲伊讲，甲主相甲制度，即项代志吼，完全是稳定啊。
But his theology also tells him that in order to sit at the Lord's table, it is also because of God's grace.
毋是因为啥人爱安怎有资格才会当来收圣餐。
It's not because somebody has some kind of privilege or criteria that have been met that they were able to take communion.
无毋对，咱毋茫讲一个人伊若要洗礼进入教会，
And it's true that when a person wants to be baptized and become part of the church,
咱需要知影讲伊至少有一个基本的理解，讲伊要相信啥物。
that this person should have a basic understanding of what he is believing in.
所以咱有问道理，敢若考试啊，考试。
So we have the questions of faith that we have for them.
总是迄无代表讲安尼伊有资格啊。
However, that does not represent that this person now has met the criteria.
所以咱来甲主相甲制度。
That he is now privileged or able or pass the test to be at the table.
来甲主相甲收圣餐，这是稳定。
To be able to partake in the Lord's table, that is God's grace.
迄个礼拜煞了，
So when the service is over,
有一对翁仔某起来找即个牧师，
there were a couple that came to talk to the pastor.
伊一看就知影犹太人，
He knew that they were Jewish
伊咧乌帽啊，手的手真长啊，头毛啊手真。
because of the way they dressed.
伊甲即个牧师讲，你知影吼？伊讲的完全甲彼得讲的同款。
And what this man said to him is very similar to what Peter said to him.
伊讲，阮自细汉就受到训练，袂当踏入去基督教会。
That at a young age that we were taught that we shouldn't associate with Christian churches.
总是我今仔日来是因为即个新娘吼，甲阮的关系。
But today I'm here at the wedding because I am a friend of the bride.
阮疼即个新娘，
Because we love the bride,
自细汉看伊大，
we watch her grow up.
阮来甲伊做伙欢喜快乐。
That we are here to celebrate with them.
伊一生上介重要的日子。
that this is probably one of the most important days of her life.
我当你伫个礼拜中间邀请大家起来做伙守圣餐的时阵，
So when you, during the service, invited everyone to come forward for the communion,
阮知影这是耶稣的道，
this is Jesus' table,
阮无属于遐，
that we don't belong there.
但是大家人拢要去做伙领受圣餐的时候，
But when everyone stood up to participate,
阮感觉敢若有一个气力，阮受到吸引，阮嘛对人做。
we felt this attraction within us to go to the table.
牧师啊，真歹势吼，阮毋是要冒犯恁的规矩，
So, Pastor, I just want to tell you, I apologize. We were not trying to intentionally break the rules.
了后，搁另外一对翁仔某来找牧师。
Later on, another couple came to tell the pastor.
伊讲，你知影，阮对 Lebanon 吼，黎巴嫩来，
He said to him that, you know that we came from Lebanon.
你一看阮穿的穿插，你就知。
You probably could tell that from the way we dress.
阮做为甲阮的囡仔，阮的囡仔甲遮个新娘新郎是足好的朋友。
And that our children are good friends with the bride and the groom.
阮自细汉看因做伙大汉，做伙佚佗。
And we watched them grow up and play together.
阮嘛做伙来参加这个婚礼，甲因参加欢喜。
And we are here to celebrate with them.
总是你邀请大家要守圣餐的时候，
However, when you invited the congregation to participate in the communion,
阮本来坐条的，总是阮看到阮的囡仔嘛行出去。
we were seated, but then we saw that our children have left their seats to go.
阮嘛是，我感觉阮爱对阮的囡仔做伙事。
So I felt that it was important that we went with our children to the communion.
阮毋是基督徒，无受水恁的水礼。
And we were not Christians and we were not baptized.
我毋望这无互因感觉阮真失礼。
I hope that we did not come across as rude to you guys.
总是今仔阮感觉阮中间的迄个战争吼，敢若结束。
But today I felt like the war between the two faiths has ended.
耶稣基督对死搁活，
Jesus raised from the dead.
迄个气力伊要哪做工，咱人毋知影。
That the power behind that, how does God work? We don't know.
即个牧师伊去互教义吼，甲伊宗派名绑掉。
That this pastor felt trapped by some of the traditions of the faith.
伊就敢若彼得共款，
So he, in a lot of ways, is like Peter.
有滴甲你甲我嘛，敢若甲彼得甲即个牧师共款。
Maybe you and I have felt at some point similar to Peter or this Pastor Bruce.
有真侪物件甲咱绑条咧，
That a lot of things seems to be trapping us.
咱踏袂出去，
That we aren't able to step out.
咱无看见讲上帝看咱是平平哦。
And we didn't see, or we failed to see that God sees us as equal.
咱毋是对敌啊，咱是共平的啦。
That we're not enemies, that we're on the same camp.
上帝的气力帮助咱超越咱的无共款。
That through God's power, we are able to transcend things that we weren't able to.
咱的教会是一个开放性的集体，
Our church is a church that operates with openness.
上帝敢若咧甲咱做调整，
It seems like God is adjusting us.
咱几千年啊吼，敢若有当时啊学晓啊，有当时啊都袂记。
Through several thousand years of church history, some things we seem to learn and some things we seem to forget.
我感觉真趣味吼，我伫即个美国大汉啊去做兵的时候，
It's this funny story that when I grew up in the States, but then I was drafted into military.
哦
Here.
还蛮有记。
Okay. He did not get drafted. He went to the military.
I'm not that old. 我会记得吼，我在做兵的时候，我看到黑人甲白人结婚吼，定有看。
So when I was in the military, I often witnessed marriage between Caucasian and Black individuals.
我转来到洛杉矶，在普通的社会较罕咧看。
But when I returned to Los Angeles, in the normal society of that place, that's actually fairly rare.
总是即马，你看到这种现象愈来愈多，愈来愈多。
However, now you see this type of biracial marriage a lot more frequently.
一个世代已经过去啦。
This one era has passed away.
即马咱看到这种代志愈来愈多，因为遮个囡仔做伙读册，做伙大汉。
And that's because this generation of young people, they go to school together, they grow up together.
因的生长环境，因毋是分开，因是做伙。
Because it's not a segregated society, so they live together.
到即马吼，有诶老一辈人啊无，真好咧调整。
However, occasionally we'll see the older generation have a harder time adjusting to this.
有人看到伊个查某囝咧甲一个黑人交配，
So if, for example, some father might see his daughter dating an African American person,
伊讲我带阮查某朋友转来，阮找机会转来厝里看伊。
and that they invited him to meet parents.
They wanted to visit the parents.
Oh,
因要爱咧甲因的爸母见，伊的爸母讲无要紧，阮去外口啥物所在甲恁见面就好。
I wanted to go visit him at home, but the parents said, "Oh, it's okay. We'll just meet out in the public place, in our restaurant."
上帝咧甲伊做调整，
So the Lord is adjusting in your hearts,
上帝咧帮咱的社会做调整。
and the Lord is also adjusting the mentalities and attitudes of our society.
咱的教会，咱本身有咱爱做调整。
And our church, including ourselves, also need adjustments.
咱要怎徛起伫即个所在，为着上帝个原理开放。
How do we stand in this place for the sake of the kingdom of God to be open and reach out?
咱爱有开放的心智，
That we have an open attitude,
展开咱的双手，
open hands,
欢迎任何人需要上帝的人进来教会。
open arms to invite anyone who needs God to come to church.
伫咱的生活顶面有倒一方面需要有即种的突破，
And that in other areas of our heart, mentality, that we need to have a breakthrough.
倒一方面你看到咱的教会需要有即种的突破。
Which areas, for example, within our church, that we need to see this kind of breakthrough.
咱做伙来恳求上帝，毋若学会晓遮个物件，因为我要得到困难，会当甲即个活出来。
And that we ask God to empower us to not only recognize these areas that we need adjustment, but also to empower us to live that out.
耶稣对死国活的困难，伊将这个困难要回来。
The power that resurrected Jesus from the dead, that is the same power that God promises. Let us pray.
听我的主，阮感谢你的恩典，
Our loving Father, we thank you for your grace.
愿主你互阮困难，
Lord, would you give us your power?
将阮所领受的恩典，甲阮身躯边人做伙来分享。
That we may take the grace that we receive from you and share them with others.
奉耶稣基督